would like to introduce you to our audience. And first, what's your name? Where you live?
Well, I am Alvaro Bellido. I am 31 years old. I am Peruvian. I live right now in Peru, in Lima. I work in a hospital like doctor. I am gastroenterologist. But right now I would be a citizen from Peru.
What happened in your life after the COVID-19 or coronavirus arriving there?
We have the first case, I think, is March 7. We are like in the 20th day with coronavirus in the country. Our life has changed a lot. We are right now in home. We cannot go away. We are in the country. We are in emergency situation. The policemen and the army is in the streets. People cannot walk in the streets only if you are a doctor or you are a journalist or the policeman. And the common citizens could go for buy things, but only one member of the family could go to the store to have some things for the house, and then she needs to come back, or he needs to come back to home. There are a lot of people that cannot work right now, so it's a difficult situation. But all the days we have the president and all the ministers talking about the situation. Take care of the situation in Peru, and we are waiting. Our lives have changed a lot.
Yeah. And how many people, do you know how many people has the coronavirus right now there?
Yes, 600.
60.
600.
Died for it?
Yes,
because
we have 16 people died in Peru with coronavirus.
Yeah. And in your life, what changed? You talking about your work some minutes ago. You said just policemen, journalists, and doctors can go to street and outside the house. And for your life, what changed? Your work right now is right or not?
Like a doctor, I have to go to work, but I only go 2 times each week. No, like before I have to go all the time, all the days. Right now I only go 2 days, and they are trying to don't expose us too much until the emergency requires more doctors, and we will be attending the people with COVID-19.
What is the situation around the Peru?
I think that Peru is trying to contain the outbreak. We are trying to make a lot of measures for contain the pandemia, but it has a big cost in the economy of the people, because the people that can't go work, they are with that. The government is trying to help with money, and the government is trying to that the people, for example, could use money from CTS, that is money that they save and they are using this, and will help the government also to pay for the enterprises because they are trying that the enterprises don't fire the so they are trying to make a lot of things. I think that government in Peru is working. We are happy with that, but we are a little scary about what will happen in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Today we have like 15 days of quarantine, but we will have like 15 more. So it's a little difficult for us. Peru is not a first world country, so probably we will suffer a lot. But the tendency is that we are not growing in like US or like Brazil or the line of growing is not that big. It's like only 9% or 10%, and that's because it gives us time for that the people study more the virus, study more treatments. Who knows, probably the next year we could have developed a vaccine or something like that. So I am d'accord.
Do you think Brazil isn't a good situation?
Yes, Brazil situation right now because you are growing with this disease really exponential. You are right now in 3,900 cases is a lot, and you are growing like 30% each day. Probably you will have in the next week you will have 10,000 of people with COVID, and in 2 weeks you will be like 30,000. So it's a little scary. But I don't know. You are in Brazil. What do you think about? Do you think that you are making quarantine or things like that? Because remember that China have controlled the curve after 14 days. So when the government take the measures, you will the disease will stop growing. But if there is any measures, it will continue growing.
Yeah. Right now in Brazil, you have a movement to don't stop Brazil. Yeah. The main businessman would like to open the shops again, and people has fear about that.
So, what do you think about? Is the time to don't stay home, or what do you think? Is the time for that?
I think that we are starting the pandemia in Peru. We are starting in Brazil. You are starting to. So it's time to be at home. Yes, I know that it would be difficult for the economy, but it's time because the virus in our hands. The virus is between the people. If we go to places, the virus will grow. For example, in Peru, our health system is not the best health system. We will collapse very early. The system of Italy is better than the system in Peru, and they collapse with 40,000 cases. We don't want to have that 40,000 cases in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. We could have that 40,000 cases, but I don't know, in 4 months or 3 months. So it will be more easy to have.
Yeah.
The businessman said the economy is important. What import, life or economy?
For example, US is thinking that the economy is more important. People from UK say that the economy is more important, and they are trying to not make quarantine. They don't close the schools, they don't close the university, and we could see that, for example, for today, US have like 100,000 cases. Is more than the cases that have in China, so it's a lot of people, and USA are continue growing. They have like 30% of growing reason, so it's a lot. I'm not sure, but probably in 2 or 3 weeks, USA could have like 500,000 of cases. It's a lot. It's a lot. So we are not sure because it's a new virus, but the people in USA are scared. The system in USA is scared, but the people they continue with the economy. So I think we will see in the time which it was the of the quarantine and simplify the economy, or continue the livings, and that the economy continue, and probably some people will die. No? It's a difficult decision. I wouldn't want to be be a government or be president right now. It's very, very difficult decisions.
Yeah, it's a difficult situation and place to be.
So, how many time more do you think is necessary to stay home?
I think that for the next 3 months, you need to be at home all the time that you can. I think that's the best. For example, in China, people is right now going out. We are in March. They start the disease in December, and they are starting to go out. But probably we will not return to our normal lives. We will try to be at home. We need to probably we will have to go to work, but go to work and then go home. Not go to the cinema, go to places with a lot of people. It's not the time. I think that this pandemia will take like 8 months or 7 months. So our lives will not be the same that was 3 months ago. No, I think that we will change. But the quarantine of weeks, like 8 weeks, is useful for contain a disease. In China was 14 days. 14 in the day 14, they start to decrease the number of cases detected. Is bad. It takes 3 months for some, and then they start to reactivate the economy.
Yeah.
What your family have doing for waste time at home? Well, I live in a flat in Lima alone, but I am with my fiance. I am with my fiance. We are here watching TV, doing Netflix or reading, and he's working with he could work from the office. So he could work with the laptop, so she's happy with that. For me, I am studying. My brother is in another place. He's also studying and reading a lot, watching TV, playing Play 4. My father and my mother, they live in Cusco, and they are. Also, I think that just watching TV, the Netflix, we are trying to make conversations like this conversation that we have in this moment. We make Skype or conversation for WhatsApp. I think that something that my mother is doing, and I think that is important, is he's taking care of mental health. So
being home all the time is a little dangerous for the mind. So she's reading books about take care of oneself, or she's watching about psychologists in YouTube that are giving information about this disease. And one thing important is that we all the people are trying to read about the coronavirus, how to prevent it, and we are learning each day more things about this virus. So and we are cooking also. We are learning cooking new dishes, so it's good. And we are cleaning the home. Is most clean that in all the time. And you could make sport in home. I think you could make some exercise, but yeah, I think that it's okay. It's not that bad to be at home. I like to be at home. And it's important to know that you are at home and you are helping the people and you're helping the country, so it's good. And we have two special times in the day. 12 p.m. the president all the days make a report about the situation, and we know how many cases we have, and we know if something new we have to do. So I think that all the people listen the president like 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. in the night, all the people go for the windows of his flats, and they ¿cómo se aplaudir? Claps. They make claps for all the people that is working in the streets and that they couldn't be at home. So it's something very, very beautiful, I think.
For you, no?
What?
For you?
For me sometimes, for me some days, but other days I clap for the people that is working in this moment, and we are. Some people say that is the most happy part of the day because it's very exciting and emotional, I think. And there are people with the flags in the windows, and it's interesting.
Yeah, I know about how many people died. So young person, no old person die in Peru.
Yes, we have people of 45 years that have died. Yeah, we have some 2 or 3 cases of people that have 45 or 50 years and they died. I think that people from 28 years or 20 or 30 years, no, but we have people of 40 years that have died. Yeah.
40. Okay.
Yeah,
but most of the people die. It's old people.
Old people, yeah. Yeah, old people and with diseases like obesity or diabetes, hypertension.
Yeah.
All Peru is in that situation right now. The Peru government say stay at home.
Yes. We are in emergency all the country and have to be at home all the time that we can, and we are in quarantine from 8 p.m. You cannot go out from 8 p.m.
Okay, and when that situation will be finished?
We will finish that situation, I think, 13 of April, but we don't know. Could be 15 days more. We don't know because it was supposed to finish this Monday, but is 13 days more, and probably we have to check how many cases we have and how is the situation, if it's under control or if we go out of control. If we go out of control like Spain, Italy or USA, probably we will have to be at home 3 months more. Yeah, and I think that something good is that 95% of the people are okay with the measures that make the government. So the people is helping a lot, and this is something good that we have in Peru right now.
Sorry, did you said all the people will stay at home for 3 months?
We will be for a month. We are for a month in home, because we are 15 days and we will have 15 days more. But we don't know what will happen. If the situation is catastrophic and we are like Italy or we are like Spain, probably we will have to be at home like, I don't know, 3 months. But right now, what the government have said is that we will be until 13th of April, that it will be like a month. Yeah. And I think that the measures in Peru is working. We are not growing like other countries. We are going really slowly. So that is, but we don't know how much time we continue growing slowly. And it's something interesting because Peru is not a country that have big money or have a good healthcare system. I think that we are, it's only the measures that the people make and the government make that are working good. I think, for example, we 1 week ago, I'm not sure, 23, in 16 or 15 of March, the countries with more coronavirus in South America was Brazil, Chile, and Peru, and we were growing a lot. But we started the quarantine like the 15th, and 5 days after the 15th, we start to go down, and Ecuador and Chile start to continue growing, and Peru start to stop. For example, we pass to be the 5th country in Latin America, like 5 days ago. And for example, right now is Brazil, Ecuador, Chile, Mexico, Argentina, and then Peru. We are in the 6th, and then we were in the 3rd. And probably Colombia will pass us the next week. So I think that the things that we are doing in Peru are working, but I'm not sure if it will be good for the economy, because we are sacrifice a lot of people is losing the war, and yes, it's a situation complicated for the economy, but it's good for the growing of the epidemic or the pandemic. I think that the time is important, because if we give more time for the government, we will be how, if, for example, new treatments could be developed or new guidelines, we will have the experience of another countries, and we could apply that in Peru. So I think that it is important to say, okay, we will not have the pandemic right now, we will have it in 3 months or 4 months, and probably with better medicine, better investigations, better clinical trials. I'm not sure, because right now we are not prepared.
Yeah, what the economists there, what the economists say there about the economy?
Where we have the Minister of Economy is very good girl. Is very good, and she is trying to make politics that helps the people and will help also to restart the economy in probably 2 or 3 months. Peru is investing a lot of money in the. I don't have listened one of the critics of economy these weeks. I didn't listen, but most of the people say that for example, in the journals they say that most of the enterprises will not survive 2 months without production. So it's really something difficult, no? But something interesting, for example, is that the government will pay 35% of the salaries of so the other 65% will have to pay for the enterprises. But it's something good. They are trying to help the people. The people we have here, I don't know if you have in Brazil, something that we call AFP. So you put your money all the months in a bank, and they will return the money when you finish to work, when you have 65 years. For example, this month, anybody will put the AFP. So it's like 12% more for your salary for you. So it's something good.
Yeah.
The companies there has been paying for that days when the employers are at home.
Yes. Yeah. That's something good.
Some companies in Brazil have been firing employers because that something like that happened there.
Happily not. Some enterprise try to make it, but the government is trying to, that is like, is trying really is compromised with that we have to maintain the employees working, and they are trying to make that the people work at home, or they trying to make, for example, what I say, that the government will pay 30%, 35% of the salary, and the enterprises will pay the 65%. And probably I think that they will help with the taxations. So the enterprises probably will pay less taxations this year, and they will be helped for continuing with the employees working. Yeah, I think that, for example, I work in a hospital, like it's a contract exchange that is called, we call like tiered. It's like we help the hospital, but I'm not contract directly with the hospital. But we will continue working because the government say that this is the politics and they could not fire us. So we will continue helping the people.
Do you have a fear to get the coronavirus?
Yes, of course. I have fear, but we don't know. I like physician or like doctor. I am exposed to a lot of disease. I am exposed to tuberculosis, AIDS, and things like that. So for us, it's difficult, but it's something that we are in contact all the days. I am really afraid to, for example, give this disease to my parents or to a grandma or something like that. Yes, so I will try to be at home all the time, and probably I will be at home like 3 months because I don't want to be contagious for anybody. And yes, I don't know if we will have the disease or not, but I will try to make that only I have and not for anybody. So if I start to feel bad, I will be at home and I will take all the measures that I need. And I hope don't have a pneumonia or something like that. But we have to pray a lot, and it's not something that you don't know how your body will answer to the disease. It's different in each body, so it's difficult.
What do you think about the Italy situation? Italy situation,
okay. It's a difficult situation. It's so I have listened a lot of audios of doctors, and I think that it's like being the war. You have to decide who will live and who will not live, and this is something that we don't want to be. And this is why I am I am helping the government things that they are making in Peru, because it's very, very sad situation that people that have worked a lot for us, that is the people who has 70 years, 75 years, and how they could die is a very difficult situation. And something important is that, for example, if a country don't collapse their health system, the mortality is like 1%. But if the health system collapse, the mortality will be 5%. So it's a disaster. So I hope that all the situation in Spain and Italy could go of this situation early. I am praying a lot for that. And I will be informed about that, and we are hoping that they go out of this bad situation. And we think that, or we want that any other country pass for something like that, because we right now could know what will happen if we don't put the measures. So it's something that we could prevent. They couldn't prevent in that moment. The time passed and they are in that situation right now. But we are in time to prevent. For example, South Korea had like 8,000 cases in 1 week ago or 2 weeks ago. And right now they are only in 9,000 cases. So they flat a lot the growing curve, and they make this situation very manageable for them. They were in the third place of countries with more cases 2 weeks ago, and right now they are like in the 11th place. So they make a lot of effort when they have 8,000 cases, right? That is like the double that you have. So it is very important to take the measures. The problem is if all the cases grow in a week or 2 weeks, the system will collapse. And that is what we see in Spain.
So that is the difference between to flat the case or to leave the coronavirus go away.
Yes. That is the difference.
Some close person to you got the coronavirus?
No, I don't. I don't think so right now. But I have seen patients with COVID. Yeah, in the hospital. Yes, in the hospital where I work, there are 2 cases. In another clinic, there is 2 cases. Yes, so it's and in another clinic, I have seen 1 case. So yes, I have.
Family and friends, no.
Oh, no, right now, but probably we will have.
Okay, Alvaro. I'm thankful for see you again. And I have to say thank you for your time.
Okay, Marcio. Thank you for the interview.
We are sorry.
Thank you for the brief interview.
I have to say thank you for your time. And I know you are so busy. So yeah, no, I think it's that.
No. Always we have time for the friends.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.